Welcome to the Funky FestivALL Fish tutorial. My name's Leanne Grogg. I work for the City of Charleston Stormwater Department, and I'm going to teach you how to make a funky fish from home. We have our supplies right here. Pretty straightforward. When you need one type of glue, either an epoxy like E6000, which is great for plastic, or a hot glue gun, which I prefer because it bonds immediately. You'll need a pen and a paper. I have a hot air gun here. You can use a hot air gun or a hair dryer. Scissors and either a kitchen knife or a utility knife. A kitchen knife works fine if you're at home. And you'll need 2 bottles. I'm using green Diet Mountain Dew bottles, thanks to my friend Summer. Alright, so let's get started. You'll want to clean your bottle, remove the labels, remove this if you want to, that's optional. Discard your caps, set them all to the side. First thing you want to do is start with the head of the fish. We're going to go from the belly up, make it one piece with the fins. So using your kitchen knife or utility knife, we're going to cut the top of the bottle and cut this nozzle off. Then you can bump back in with your scissors. We're going to I'm going to use this. Cut as far down to the bottom as you can comfortably. It gets real thick down here around the bottom of the bottle, so don't try to worry about that. Start at the easiest place to cut, as close to the bottom as possible. You can discard that. So now we have the top half of the fish, and we're going to cut the fins on opposite sides at a little bit of an angle, like this, about midway up. You can see what we're doing here is we're creating these fins. So we're going to cut our fins. We're going to cut at an angle. If you can see that, it just goes, I like to go in a little bit. Of course, that doesn't matter. That's up to you. The opposite side, do the same thing. Same width up. Then we're going to cut out the bottle in between those fins. And this is best to use your scissors. You don't need a utility knife or kitchen knife for this. Set that aside. This can be a little hard to figure out what we're talking about in just instructions, so the tutoring helps. So this is what you end up with. This is the front half of your fish. At this point, we're going to get our hot glue, our hot air gun, or our hair dryer, and melt this a little bit so we can make it look less like a bottle. So this is our favorite part. This is when you really kind of get to see some magic or some personality. If you have a hair dryer that you're using, you don't have a hot air gun, a water bottle will probably work the best because the hair dryer can manipulate it. So you've got the front half of your fish finished now. Using your second bottle, I'm going to cut this bottle in half. You don't remove this part, and you're going to work with the bottom. So you're going to cut it right about halfway. And you can cut that with a scissor, which is kind of hard to get it started. This is going to be the back half of your fish after we use the hot air gun. This is going to be your tail. So starting with your tail, I'm going to cut little slits, and sometimes I do them crooked and sometimes I do them straight. That's all up to you and your creativity. But we're going to make these slats going a little, not quite all the way down. Like I said before, this gets really thick down here at the bottom of the bottle, and you don't want to have to mess with that with your scissors. So now you have what would look like if you spread it out like a little bit like an octopus. You can see that. We're going to take the hot air gun and apply it to this and try to get some crinkles and get a fancy tail. There's not any right or wrong to that. It's just how you want to do it. So this is going to be our tail. This is going to be our mid body that's going to fit into this section. We're going to hot air gun in. This is the fun part. And it can get a little hot. If you have to get an oven mitt, or even perhaps have a little wrench or a little needle nose plier that you hold it with, especially with children, that'll help. So we have 3 parts. Now all we need to do is glue, assemble, and decorate. Don't forget your message. If you take a little piece of paper and cut it, you can write a message that you want to give to the world about how you feel about water or plastic. Here's a Save Us from Plastic. I love water. Plastic harms wildlife and water source, so you can write your own message about the environment. We're going to place it in there, and we're going to just play with this, inserting this into here to make sure that we can get it in and we know how it's going to go. Perfect. So either using your epoxy like E6000 or your hot glue gun, you know it's going to fit inside of there, so you're going to put a little bit of glue on it, reinsert it, and you can't hurt it. It's plastic. It's pretty durable, unfortunately and fortunately. Insert it in there and glue. If you're using the E6000, it won't set up immediately, so it's going to have to cure at least 12 hours. Same thing with the tail. We're going to glue the tail on to this part right here. Put your glue around the edge. If you are using the E6000, I put some tape on it and let it sit until the epoxy sets up. If you're using hot glue, you can hold it. You'll be good to go. So after you've done all those, it's time to decorate your fish. And you can find little tidbits anywhere. I found these glasses. Of course, one lens is missing and they're broken, but these are plastic. You could put glasses on a fish. You can decorate it with eyeballs. Here's a straw that I cut that I used to do a back fin. You can use fork or spoons or any type of plastic utensils. These are really harmful. They're really hard to break down in the environment and really kind of make a statement. Here's one that was made out of a Gatorade bottle, which is a little thicker plastic and a little bit harder to manipulate, but it came out fine nonetheless. You can use anything you want to decorate your fish. These might make good eyeballs or good down the back. So thank you for watching this. My name is Leanne Grogg with the Charleston Stormwater Department. I hope you enjoyed our tutorial today. We'd like to see your funky fish. Thanks.
Thanks for decorating a funky festival fish. You can now participate in our fish find. So you can take a picture of your fish and post it onto social media using the hashtag #FestivalFishFind. After posting your fish to social media sites, you can walk around the community and see if you can spot any of our funky festival fish. Good luck hunting!